Today's tutorial will show you how to search the CLAMS catalog and limit by library location and by format. This is the CLAMS catalog homepage. From here, at the top of your menu, you can search CLAMS using Encore or search CLAMS using Classic Catalog. There are a couple different ways that you can refine your search by format. Let's look at the CLAMS catalog first. This is what your CLAMS Classic catalog looks like. You have a few options from this particular page. At the bottom on your menu, you see a search by format drop-down box. You can select from any format below. Today, let's look at books. You're brought to your Search for Books search page. You have your search box and your location box. Under Search Help, you can see that you can search for all items by using an asterisk in the search box, and then you can limit your search to the collection of a single library or to a subset of the collection. An example would be looking for books at the Sturgis Library. You insert an asterisk in the first box and select Barnstable Sturgis from the drop-down menu. In our search box, let's type in an asterisk, and for our location, let's search Truro Public Library. This search box looks the same as it would for DVDs and other format options, where you would insert an asterisk and then limit by library. Now you're on your results page, where your keyword with the asterisk for your fiction books is limited to the Truro Public Library. Here you can see it says limited to material type book, and 32,000 results were found. Here on the right, where it says sorted by relevance, date, and title, you can pick your options. You can see on your results list that many of the top results are from 2020. But if you choose to select date, you can click on there. You can also choose to select to sort by title. But be aware that if you sort by title, it will be alphabetical by the title, which may result in showing older titles before newer titles. So now that I've sorted by date, I may possibly want to limit further, or I may choose to browse. But everything in here, in my results page, is going to be any book, fiction, nonfiction, and children's that's in the Truro Library collection. So at the top of my page, I can select Modify Search. Here, I can filter my results. Let's say I want to look at fiction books, and I only want to look at fiction books that also are thrillers. So I enter my key terms, and then I hit Submit. And then I wait for my page to refresh. This should filter out most of the children's collection, although some may trickle through. Now you will see that I have 422 results found. They are sorted by date. So now I can browse all the titles the library has, newest to oldest. If I choose to request it, I can hit the Quick Click Request button here on the right. It will ask me to log into my account if I haven't already. Now, your other option from this page is going to look like this. If I click on Advanced Search here on the right, I could just type in my keywords: fiction, thriller, my limit to Truro Library, and my material type. Here, I'm going to select book. If I want to select multiple material types, I would hit the Control key or the Command key if I'm on a Mac and make multiple selections. Once I've selected my keyword search terms and my limits, I hit Submit. And I wait for my page to refresh. Once the page has refreshed, we want to look at the top of the search terms. Here you can see it's limited by material type book, and I had 422 results, which is the same number in our previous search. So at this point, we know that both search options provide the same result. If I want to limit 2 available items, I can click on this little box at the top of my page, Limit Search to Available Items. This should reduce the results. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, you'll see this result get larger. If it gets smaller, then you know that you've removed any books that are already currently checked out. If this number gets larger, you can always hit the back button up here to get back to your previous results. As you can see, my number increased because by limiting search to available items, I took away my material format of book, and now it's looking at books and large print. And you can tell because my first result right here says large print in the description. So I'm going to hit my back button because that's not the page that I want to peruse. That is why the CLAMS catalog can be a little tricky when searching by format. It doesn't always take away particular formats and filter as properly as you would like. So sometimes you may have to do more than one search. Your Encore option will look like this. This is the generic search page. You want to click on Advanced Search. Here you can see I've already filled out my basic search filters. I have my subject under fiction films, and I chose not to include the subject children's. This way, I will only be looking at fiction films in the Truro Library collection with the DVD format that do not belong to the children's collection. I'm going to hit Search. But just as a side note, in the subject drop-down menu, you can also search by keyword, title, and author. For example, if you chose author, James Patterson has written children's books and adult books. You could type in James Patterson and include or not include children's materials as well. Here, I'm going to stick with the subject of fiction films, not including children's, and hit search. This is the result page on the Encore catalog site. On the left, you can see at the top that I have 756 results for fiction films, not including children's. Here on the left, you see a Refine By box. you'll see availability says at a library, and in parentheses, a number. That number would be your results if you chose to select that Refine By option. You can also see I can limit by collection. If I click on collection and I scroll down to the Truro Library collection, the number in parentheses for Truro Public Library is 756. For the children's collection, it's 43. So you can tell, because I have 756 in this number and 756 here up at the top, that this is already limited to the Truro Public Library. I also have the option of filtering by tags, but be aware that tags are created by patrons like you, and so not all materials are tagged the same way. I would only use tags when you're browsing the catalog and don't mind missing a few pieces of the collection in your results. You can limit by language, and you can also limit by publish date. Most of the time, your publish dates will start from the most recent to the oldest. But you can also choose to enter a publish date here, for example, 2019 to 2020. You have suggestions below, but that's not what we're following today. This is a good option if you are browsing the catalog, but today we were refining our search, limiting to particular films at a particular library. Once you've found a book or DVD in your format, you can click on Check Availability. It will show every item in the collection, and it should tell you if it's available. Here, you can see that the Truro Library owns Knives Out, but it's currently checked out. That doesn't mean that you can't request it, it just means that you might not get our copy right away. You can click on Request It, and then it will prompt you to log into your account if you haven't already. Once you've done that, you can make your request. Again, anytime that you're searching by format, you can choose to search by format on the main library page at the drop-down menu here, or you can select Advanced Search here and enter your field, search terms, and your material type down here, along with your location. That's in the CLAMS Classic catalog. And then in the Encore catalog, you would click on Advanced Search and input your keyword search terms here, where you do have the option of selecting or choosing not to include particular fields, while limiting to a format and a location. If you have any questions about the CLAMS catalog and how to limit by format, call or email your local library. Thank you.